Friday again, thank the heavens, Mac muttered to himself, squinting at the glaring clock. It was a cooler morning, unlike the triple digits it had been for the last couple of months. Actually, it was a welcome change. 8:15 a.m., the time of the weekly ritual, the time when Mac, the self-appointed Grand Puhar of the Lunch Bunch, would open the sacred document of local eateries. This week, his finger hovered over the M section, Miles to Go, a new little place that had opened across town. The reviews mentioned different menu items daily and surprisingly good iced tea. Miles to Go it was. He fired up the group chat, a flurry of emojis and GIFs already decorating the screen from the early birds. His message was simple and direct, as always. Lunch Bunch, 11:30, Miles to Go. Who's in? Everyone knows that means to be there at 11. If you show up at 11:30, you're late. The first reply, as reliable as the sunrise, was from David, the resident tech wizard. In, he wrote, followed by a flurry of code-like symbols. Mac wasn't sure if it was a secret message or just David being David. Next was Donald, the resident cynic. In, I guess Donald wrote, as long as they don't try to charge me extra for dignity on the side. Donald's sarcasm was a dish best served with a side of eye rolls, and the Lunch Bunch happily obliged. Then came the ends. Ryan, Ben, Buster, and Richie all chimed in with a simple "in." Dennis couldn't decide if he was in or out fishing, but in the end, fishing took a back seat to getting together with friends, so he was in. Came the outs. Bruce, who was at a tennis match, finally getting to use that ridiculous racket he bought. Roy was another out, heading up to North Georgia to attend a Kiwanis meeting. And then there was Josh, who binged in with a simple out. We all knew he was still in honeymoon status and just going home for lunch. A time for reflection. It's not always fun and games when the Lunch Bunch gathers, especially when they found out Brian's mother had passed away. Their hearts went out in prayers to lift his family up during these trying times. We prayed for peace for Brian and his family to have peace in their time of grief. At 11, the Lunch Bunch arrived at Miles to Go. The place was bustling, the air thick with the aroma of fried chicken and fish. It seems that everyone else that were regular customers got the same text because they all showed up when we did. But Mac wasn't there to see that Billy had already arrived and taken matters into his own hands, pushing the small tables together into one long, somewhat wobbly, but functional dining arrangement. But as we took bites of our food, we couldn't help but feel a pang of longing for the days of one round table where they could all share their stories, their sarcasm, and their terrible impressions of each other without yelling across a crowded restaurant. As he looked around at his friends, separated but still a unit, he realized the most important part of the Lunch Bunch wasn't the food, but the fact that no matter the distance, they were all in it together.